Hey, this is Josh from the Wild West Extravaganza. Unfortunately, there is no new content this week. I just thought I'd touch base and let you know what's been going on. First off, thank you to all of those who sent their well wishes recently. That was very, very much appreciated. I'm good, everybody is good, and the show will resume next week as usual. I just ran into a few small setbacks, is all. Nothing serious or unmanageable, thankfully, but for the last month or so, my ability to produce this show was greatly diminished. Now, you know me, I don't like sharing too many personal details, but long story short, there were a few medical issues with very close family members. Like I said, nothing too serious, but once all that was kind of getting on its way to being resolved, we got hit by a daggum hurricane. So that was fun. And once the hurricane was over with and it looked like things were getting back to normal, my ass came down with a case of COVID. Once again, I'm fine, feeling much better. But throughout all of this, for, I don't know, maybe the past 3 weeks or so, I've also been taking care of my daughter during the day. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but toddlers do not put all that much weight on podcast deadlines. And they're absolutely shit when it comes to helping out with research. Trust me. It's all good, though. This was just a bump in the road. God willing, our regular production schedule will resume as normal next Wednesday. I've already got an episode recorded and ready to go on a guy by the name of Dangerous Dan Tucker, and fingers crossed, I will be recording another episode on the Glanton Gang later on this week. After that, we're going to be diving headfirst into a series on Kit Carson. So yeah, we got a lot in the works. I've also got, 4 or 5 other scripts I'm working on simultaneously. It all just takes time. If I could just turn on a microphone and start talking like I'm doing right now, I could put out new material every day. But it's just not that easy when it comes to research and writing scripts and all that jazz. For instance, the Dan Tucker episode is clocking in right at around 50 minutes. And just to give you an idea, the script, which I type out in Microsoft Word, is nearly 10,000 words. I type it in like a size 14 font, so that's nearly 30 pages. So essentially, for every episode you hear of the Wild West Extravaganza, I'm pretty much researching and writing a damn essay. And especially nowadays when I try to put as much emphasis as I possibly can on historical accuracy, and I'm also trying to tell the story in as entertaining a way as possible, it can get a little time consuming. By releasing that compilation last week on John Wesley Hardin and this little update this week, that'll give me a little buffer going ahead, make sure I'm fully recuperated to work on new material, and then when I hop back in the saddle, it's going to be full speed ahead. Okay, I just thought I'd let you know what the dealio is. Thank you again so much for all the well wishes. I'm fine. What can I say? I take a licking and I keep on ticking. And I do hope to see you here next week as we discuss Mr. Dangerous Dan Tucker. Oh, and by the way, the Wild West Extravaganza is now on Facebook. I'll leave a link down below, but I don't have like an official URL that I'm aware of yet, but you'll see the new logo, the one that's kind of like red with white font. It has the WWE in the middle. There's pretty much nothing going on there currently as I'm recording this, but I am going to start adding videos. So every time I add a video on YouTube, I will also be adding it on Facebook, and I'm going to start going back and adding old videos to Facebook. I have no idea how to use Facebook. I don't personally use it. I haven't personally used it in, over a decade. And even then, it was for a very short period of time. So I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, give me a follow on there. Give me a like on there. I don't know. I think you can send messages on there. I don't really know. But I know you can leave comments. So leave comments on there. Let me know what's on your mind. And for now, just to go ahead and whet your appetite for next week, I will close this out with a little teaser on Dangerous Dan Tucker. All right, till next Wednesday, adios. Dangerous Dan Tucker would arrive in the Southwest in the mid-1870s, pin on the badge of a sheriff's deputy, and in a very short amount of time, tally up a body count surpassed only by the likes of John Wesley Hardin and Deacon Jim Miller. To quote historian Leon Metz, Tucker was a better lawman and more dangerous than such high-profile figures as Wyatt Earp and Wild Bill Hickok. But who was he really? Is it true that Dan Tucker once took out half a dozen of the Tombstone Cowboys in one fell swoop? And what about the stories of Doc Holliday giving Dan a wide berth due to his deadly reputation? Please join me today as we take a look at one of the lesser known yet still deadlier in hell gunmen of the Old West. My name's Josh and this is the Wild West Extravaganza. Dan Tucker's early life is murky at best. Legend has it he was born in Canada, circa 1849, and that he stabbed a man to death in Colorado before fleeing to New Mexico, at which point he took up employment at a stage station along the Jornada del Muerto. Now, how much of that is true is unknown. What we do know is that Tucker arrived in Silver City at some point in 1877. And for the next decade or so, things do clear up quite a bit. Citizens of Grant County would later recall that